Hey, well, good afternoon, YTPC. This is Dave coming to you from the fire table on my back patio at home here in Southern Maryland. My wife is giving a farm tour. We can talk about that in a minute. So I've got an hour or so, and I thought I'd do a fireside chat with you. I'm smoking a Perdomo Reserve Champagne 10th anniversary. This is my first one. I've heard a lot about them, but this is the first one I've actually smoked. I've done the punch cut. We'll go ahead and light her up. Ooh, it's a nice light smoke. I can tell already it's much lighter than what I'm used to smoking, which is actually not a bad thing, just different. Wow, it's gonna be nice. I can tell already. Well, guys, it's Thursday afternoon. It's about 5 o'clock. It's turned into a beautiful day. The clouds are starting to break up. Man, it has been raining here for like 3 days straight. But big dark puffy clouds up there. Sunshine's coming in to finish off the day. Pretty much no wind out here. It's a beautiful day. Wow, what a great way to end Thursday. We got Amory home. Emery came home from Sarasota last night. Actually, we were home. We were back from the airport by about 3 or 4 o'clock. It was kind of nice. We missed, got out of DC before the rush hour really got rolling. So as I speak, the 11th edition of our investing series went up. This is the longest one yet. 60 minutes pretty much. So, God, I just don't know how to make some of these things shorter. As it is, I feel like I'm doing a poor job getting you guys information, but it's a trade-off. I get too deep, take too long. So I don't have a whole lot to talk about, I don't think, but every time I say that, I talk for an hour. But I do want to talk passionately for a minute about retirement plans. So the episode 11 that just went live a few minutes ago, is really, it's about how 401ks and corporate retirement plans fit into this system. But it's really more about, and I'm much more passionate about, do you have a roadmap to retirement? And I'll probably spend the last 15 or 20 minutes of the video talking about what is that? What does that mean? And I implore you, and I'll do it again here, please don't hide behind, I'm not good with numbers, or I'm not good with money, or I don't understand any of this stuff, and at the same time say I'm a little bit worried about my retirement. You know, don't allow that fear, that it's misled fear too, because you can understand it. I walk you through the process of how to develop a roadmap, and really anybody can do it. Pencil and paper and sitting with your wife, you can do it. So please do it, because it might be like a CAT scan that shows you something you don't want to see. But I end the video with, it is far, far better to be driving down the road and see that there's a cliff out there and get ready for it, as opposed to finding out the cliff was there after you've went over it and you're in the free fall. That really damages lives. So anyway, I hope that lands, but I think we can take a little more relaxed tone to this now. So Anne-Marie actually told me a good story, so I'll tell you her story. So Lauren had to go to work while Anne-Marie was down there, so she was sitting by the pool by herself reading a book, and she was staying at one of the older resorts And so it was all older people. And she said a young girl, like 20, walked by. She said the girl was so hot that even she noticed her. She was wearing a thong bikini. And she joked that she said she could hear 50 pacemakers uh, start clickety clacking a lot faster when this chick walked through. I thought that was a pretty good story. I told her the future stories of such things would be enhanced with a video or pictures, but she didn't seem to buy it. Okay, I love that you guys are all telling stories. Jim over at CJ's Garage told a couple good ones, and Willie told a couple good ones, and Dave over at St. David's Pipes told some good ones. So everyone's starting to tell stories, and I think that's great. Johnny Onion started telling some stories. The story about who owned that radio, that was a good one too. So 20 keychains have gone out the door. Yeah, on my way home, I stopped by and put a couple more in the mail. So we'll have all 25 out the door here in the next day or two, I'm sure. I did put in an order for another 25, and the lady who does it said she'd get them done over the weekend. So I imagine by Wednesday or Thursday next week, we'll have the next set of 25 sitting here. So you guys, in the past, I've told you that Anne Marie runs the farm for us. She runs the horse farm, Summerfield Farm. But she's always full. We never have a stall empty. And part of the reason is a lot of people call us and say, hey, do you have a stall? And I mean, we never do. But things like tonight, so 5 o'clock today, Anne Marie's giving what she calls a farm tour or a barn tour to a prospective client, someone who's willing to come meet her and see if we're a good fit. And if we are, Anne Marie will put her on the waiting list. So we pretty much always have a pre-approved waiting list of people waiting for a stall to open up in the barn. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, we haven't had an empty stall in, I can't even remember, it's been a couple of years. So anyway, she's that good at running the place. And she pre-screens every client. If the client doesn't fit or the horse doesn't fit our culture, she just tells them we're not the barn for you. See, guys, we always complain, about the public school system and where are their values and what are their priorities. And then Jim over at CJ's Garage told the story about him having to go in and see the principal to get something addressed. It reminded me of a story when my kids were younger. I think they were in 6th and 8th grade, so they were both at the same school. We call it middle school here, grades 6, 7, 8. And I was in Austin, Texas for an investment class. I went to investing school in Austin pretty much once a quarter for about 3 years. I went to Austin for that. But it was coming up on spring break, and I was down in Austin. And every year we tried to take the kids away from the DC area because DC area is kind of a freak show, and we like to show them there are other parts of the country. And then every year we tried to take them offshore, show them that there are other countries out there. And for our spring break, we'd always try to take them to either offshore or somewhere else in the United States. And our school system, and they've done it to this day now, switched that year where spring break was spread across 2 weeks, which sounds good, but it wasn't 2 weeks. What it was is they'd give them an early dismissal on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday off, and then cross over the weekend and they get Monday and Tuesday off. So it was like 2 half weeks smashed together. Well, that really makes it hard when you do weekly reservations. So my wife and I decided we just take the kids out of school like the 3 days of the second week, they just miss Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of the following week. We'd still be gone for 9 days. And my wife called me while I was down in Austin and said, "Hey, the teachers have told the kids that they're not going to support them being gone this year. They're not going to give them their homework or allow them to make it up. And if they miss a test, they're not going to be allowed to do a retest." And I was pretty upset on the phone. And she said, "What do you think I should do?" And I said, "Well, why don't you go in and sit with the teachers and tell them what we're doing, and that the kids are getting kind of an education where they go, and that it's really not meant to be disrespectful, but they should be able to make up their homework. We'll make sure they get it done." And she called me the next night and said, "Well, I went to the school, and the teacher said they just they didn't think they should have to be able to support kids being absent." "Well, what do you think I should do?" I said, "Why don't you go back to the school tomorrow and sit with the principal, because this may be a couple of upset teachers and not so much a school system decision or policy." She called me the next night and said, "Well, I met with her," and she said, "Well, I don't really feel like overriding the teachers. It doesn't sound like that great of a policy, but I think I should support my teachers." So she's coming back, "What should I do?" And I said, "Well, why don't you call the principal in the morning and say, I'm back on Friday, and that I will be solving the problem face to face with the principal on Friday morning." By the next morning, magically, the problem had been solved. They decided that it was too harsh a policy and that the kids could bring their homework in when they got back, and if they missed a test, they could be allowed to retest it. Crazy, just crazy. So CJ, Jim, I felt your story quite personally, but goes to show you, face to face, go in there and face the beast eye to eye solves a lot of problems. Hey guys, I have a good Dave's an Idiot story for you from 2 nights ago. So I did a fireside chat 2 nights ago. The whole thing took extra long, smoked the cigar extra slow. I mean, it was a thing of beauty. But my propane tank ran out, and so I had to walk to the back shed. And what I didn't know, when these wireless mics get out of range with the bass, they turn off. I didn't notice the little blinking blue light. So I sat down and did an entire hour fireside chat with the microphone turned off. I mean, like 40 minutes maybe of talking into the camera with the stupid mic turned off. Ouch. I felt like a total moron. Had to delete all those stupid video parts, because once you plug that bass in, the phone mic turns off. So there wasn't even any distant sound or soft sound. It was dead. So anyway, just wanted to tell on myself. I can't tell what's more addicting about this. Is it the cigar? Is it the hour of just quiet? Just that perfect calmness. It's just such a perfect hour. Yeah, I don't do this to unwind. I don't do this to clear the crap of the day out of my head. I do it just because it is so peaceful and enjoyable. I think I said it in a couple of videos ago. I wish this was feel-o-vision. I wish you could feel how calming this is and how nice this is. No music, no TV, no videos, not even anyone else here, just talking to you guys a little bit off and on through the hour. A super nice cigar. It's amazing how, it's just how amazing this is. I can do this more and more. Talking about sitting outside, the house in Wyoming has received 77 inches of snow in the last 5 days. That's pretty crazy. I can't tell if I feel like I dodged a bullet or if I feel sad that I wasn't in the house to experience that kind of snowstorm. Meaning for out there, that's real snow. Yeah, roads were closed for days, and even major roads had trouble keeping the freeways open and lost power for a while. But part of me still wanted to experience that. But all my buddies there say, no, you don't. They all said it was a good thing to be gone. Most of them got snowed in. The government was closed out there. The parks were closed. Everybody had to work from home if they could. The town, Jackson, was pretty much closed for several days, which is pretty rare. You know, they're pretty prepared for hard snow up there. Anyway, I just can't believe what a difference 60, 65, probably not 65, but 60 degrees and broken sunlight coming through the clouds versus 77 inches of snow. It's crazy. So I have 4 more weeks here in Maryland. And on the 28th, I head back, fly to Denver, and get to see my boy, pick up Ranger, and then I'm gonna go to Wyoming for the month, and then come back, spend a few nights with Sean towards the late middle part of April, and then head back here. So I'm looking forward to that. It'll be fun to see Sean and get to spend a month with Ranger again. And to do that without driving from here to Denver and back is kind of nice. So the two people I work with at my little local post office, I think, are beginning to wonder if I'm an international drug dealer, because I've sent out about 20 boxes now, and a lot of them are heading overseas. Several of the guys in the UK, and Duncan over there in Cyprus. And everything I send is either candy or keychains. And he's a nice guy. He was definitely laughing with me, but he definitely gave me the side eye today when I brought a big box in today. I did a thing with Gary, and that was a pretty big box, and it went today. So now I'm pretty sure that cemented my reputation. So it's just funny when you bring in a box of boxes, like a box of 10 little boxes. It makes them laugh. And you do that 2-3 days in a row. It's kind of funny how they react to you. So guys, several of you have mentioned over the last couple of months that I appear to be like a man searching a little bit. And that's true. I want to come right out and say that. I mentioned in the last fireside chat that I've asked God for a little more direction. Like, am I close to the path I should be on? Am I working towards the purpose for which He keeps me on this planet? And He's been a little light in direction. So I've taken that to mean just be quiet, just be calm, enjoy it. Potter Piper said he's praying for me, so that should help. And he told me that anyone searching with a genuine heart usually gets an answer. So hopefully my heart is genuine. Feels like it is. But the guy sitting before you is kind of hit all his goals. I hit my retirement goal. 2 great kids. They've both launched fairly well. My wife is happy. My kids are set. I've really run off the goal rails that I set for myself over the last 30 years. So just being quiet and just trying to listen. But I did want to be honest with you guys about I am kind of searching for what's next. It's not a terrible problem, I get it. But it's obviously comes through in the videos sometimes because you guys probably had 5 or 6 people commented on it over the months. So I just wanted to be honest with you guys. All right, guys, we're going to end it and not make this any longer. My videos are getting too long. I got to practice cutting them down. I'm going to end this like I did the other night. May God bless you. May He bless your life. May He bless those close around you. May He bless you as well as He has blessed me in life. May He turn His ears to your prayer, and may He make His face shine upon you. That's a great way to end a prayer. It's a great way to end a video. All right, guys, I love it, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Freedom Friday. We will be participating. Talk to you then. Bye, everybody.